Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the 2024 Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. Here are all of the cars in our Sound Off. We're going to be finding out which one is loudest and which one everyone here thinks sounds the best. They will win our trophy. That's coming up at the end of the video, but first we're going to see all three demonstration runs.
The spirit of driving sounds absolutely gorgeous. Of course, TVR's having no driver aids whatsoever. So let's see how our driver gets on. The first of our demo runs begins for you now. It's hard on those brakes. Don't forget, there's no sort of ABS system. Porsches always do well on our demonstration run. It doesn't matter what the weather, and this one is our Turbo S. Guaranteed to you, it will just grip and go. Have your cameras at the ready. Over the back axle, just grip and go. Now, if you thought the Porsche was good, GTR. Engine in the back of that, naturally a V8, some of them 6.2, some of them 7 litres. You could spec these, I kid you not, at 1,000 horsepower. They can come back any day of the week. Now let's take it a step back, shall we? Let's have a little bit more class, a little bit more finesse with the Ferrari 360. Mid-engine V8. Last car right now, the Ultima was a bit like a shotgun. That thing is just a six. Such a of this. Still keeping with that V8. We do love a V8 here. We've had 3 V8s go down in quick succession. Let's have a listen to our beautiful Maserati. Horsepower in that. Litre V8 in the front foot. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to group all 5 of them together now, and we're going to bring them back up. Some people ask, why don't you just let the cars run all the way down? Well, cars are pretty fast these days, and if you walk down that straight, it actually turns into a bit of a bend, and there is an ancient monument at the bottom of it. This beautiful house from about 1200 AD, and well, we don't really want one of these beautiful cars in the living room of it, so we have to bring them to a stop, and also it means you get to see them do 2 launches. Now, we've regrouped them, and we're going to bring them back up, starting with our TVR.
Stop signs are where they are.
Checkered flag waving in the wind, waiting for it to drop, and off we go. Very proudly with the British flag there, absolutely. Told me that he went down to Lake Como in that, and it didn't overheat. He's very proud of that fact, and so he should be. Next, I do believe it's our Porsche, that beautiful flat 6 over the rear axle. Let's see it go. Hard on the brakes. Car should be able to stop twice twice as fast as it can accelerate. We move from 6 cylinders up to 8 now. This is our Ultimate GTR. Just have a listen to the ferocity of this. Bit of a squirrel on the What a ferocious car that is. Not one for the faint-hearted at all. Now then, let's head over to Italy, shall we? With our Ferrari. Exterior, beautiful. Now then, let's bring our Maserati up. Dare I say, if you want to do a long journey and a big distance, you'd be hard pushed to find a better suited car than that Maserati. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to put your hands together for that first batch of cars. Lots of Mustang. Good. Well, we have got one coming up for you with that lovely 5-litre Coyote V8. Then 460 horsepower, 4.3 seconds to 60 in this, and this is one of the Supercars Dream Ride cars. So it's got passengers in there who won their tickets on the raffle. If you want to be in one of our passenger cars this afternoon, buy your raffle tickets. Now then, we go from the Mustang. The Atom. I like the fact that on the side of the goggles there it says 100%. Might as well just say send it, just constantly. Look at that. No weight to them whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that one has got now we start moving into some real class, don't we? This, the Aston Martin DB9. I remember when this car came back in 2004. Anyone else remember that iconic race now? The Top Gear did with it, racing, the train. After all these years, that lovely V12 up front, 540 horsepower. With this. It's number 98 of 98 built. And he's not afraid to use his car in anger. In fact, last year he broke it on Saturday, took it home all the way to Oxford, and then brought it back on Sunday to play with it again. That's what we like to see. Rover V8 in front of it. Only about 260 horsepower, but it sounds fantastic. The difference now between it, this is still a V8. 4.3-litre V8, just shy of 500 horsepower, just shy of 200 miles an hour as well. So that's our second batch of 5 cars. We're going to regroup them now and bring them back up. They'll each come to a stop in that centre, and then they will charge their way back up to me and Sophie up here, who still has not recovered from the ultimate. It was quite loud, wasn't it? You've got a new tan there. You look a bit like Nate, who usually helps us with the sound off. Now, when you're taking photos, ladies and gents, please do share them on social media using the hashtag Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. Tag Beaulieu in there, you can find them National Motor Museum. Please tag myself as well, I'm at our tin. Our Mustang started proceedings off. Now, coming up later, we've got a Mustang. It started life looking like that, but now it's got this one. Far more fitting of how the factory intended it to be. A beautiful 5-litre V8 burbling away as it comes by. Now, if you share your photos and hashtag Beaulieu Supercar Weekend, the guys here at Beaulieu will be selecting one of you to win tickets to the 2025 Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. Oh, you can, all the way up here, you can hear the supercharger of the Atom. Superchargers, you get that linear power delivery, no delay as you get with a turbocharger because it spins it as the revs build. Next then, V12. It's amazing to think that you've pretty much got 3 times the engine of what we just saw there. Of that DB9, and still a beautiful, beautiful car. It's hard to believe that that is 20 years old. Honestly, his tyres, they're the shape of 20p pieces, just flat spots all the way around. And of course, you recognise that howl from the Ferrari, that V8 right here. Actually shared quite a lot in common with the predecessor of that car, the 360, which you saw earlier. Now, coming up for you next, ladies and gents, put hands together for our third batch of cars. Give them all a welcome. This is a normal M600. It's not just any M600, this is a one-off track focus version. 4.4-litre V8, which was a Yamaha-built Volvo engine. Get your head around that. That driver later on, she had a little bit of a burn. Very much a track focus version, so very much at home there. Now, this Aston Martin, beautiful, beautiful car, incredibly loud. So you've got that AMG sourced V8 at the front with a one-off titanium exhaust. Sounds like the Battle of Britain, not Supercar Weekend. To go down there, here we have the 458. Speciale was actually just half a second off. 12. Turbo test track. Carried on the legacy of the 360 CS and the 430 16M. Keeping it with the Italians now. Lamborghini. Moving from a V8 to a V10. So good. 640 horsepower. Gets that car from 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. We have V8, we have V10, now V12. And they went to the same exhaust shop as our Vantage that went down, sounds very similar. Now, many components with that Lamborghini that you saw go down previously. There is only 10 of this version in the UK. This is one of them. Celebrates 10 years on the V10 R8. Hard on the brakes. I thought he'd left that a bit too late, but you know, I reckon he might have just done it. Just listen to it, 610 horsepower. 2 seats, 2.6 seconds to 60. You'll be going 206 miles an hour before that thing runs out of puff. Now then, let's regroup them together. I'm having a quick look down behind the museum. Oh yes, we've got an 812 Superfast coming up for you in the next batch. That's going to be a real treat. But first, we need to bring batch 3 back up the track. And we start with our Noble, our Track Sport M600, one-off car this, 4.4 litre V8. Certainly seems to be much happier on her way back up. Off the tail, it is very happy indeed. Insane on the overrun now. Beautiful Verbal as it heads back into our holding area. Next then, I do believe it's our Aston Martin with our one-off titanium exhaust. Let's have a listen to her. Right then, let's move on then.
I mean, I'll just try and make this more
I do believe this is our Speciale coming back up the track to join us.
Right.
Now that's a mid-mounted V8. It was just half a second off a V12 Ferrari around the Fiorano test track. Very special car indeed. Of course, Ferrari started using forced induction after this. So that's probably one of the very last natural aspirated V8 mid-mounted Ferraris. Hear the hell from that 5.2 litre V10 right in the centre. Very nicely done too, very poised. Usually so the Porsches are as poised as that. The Lamborghini there performing very well on our track. Now have a listen to this Aston Martin, listen to the V12 in it, keep it in mind when you hear our 812 come down in just a minute.
When you cut to that camera, it's a great, it's
Absolutely
it's up in the
glorious.
cars.
The DB9 looks beautiful when it's stood still, looks even better when it's
wonder
in
if it'd be
motion.
better
Now then, looking
facing
down
the other
towards
way.
the bottom of the track, and I do believe this is our celebration edition of the R8 V10.
I mean, obviously it would be really good now because there's no more cars now, but
Let's have a listen to this helm.
no, it's exactly the same. Crazy.
10 of those in the UK, just 222 were built worldwide. Ladies and gents, can I please ask you your hands together to welcome Rashford.
Shy of it or further up? Maybe.
A 6.5 litre V12. Listen to this car. 789 horsepower. From the exhaust as it flicks through the gears, that if it could go all the way up through for a brake. We go from V12 at the front to V10 in the middle. 5.2 litre V10, very similar to the R8 that you just see. This 640. Goes away, the traction control fighting away, try and get the traction down. See on camera, if you're watching this on YouTube later, is the ground vibrating. That's literally what was happening up here. Now then, we go back to Britain here. Let's move from the Italians back to Britain with this McLaren 12C. 3.8 litre. Turbo in the back. That came out to take the fight to Ferrari with the 458. Of course, Ferrari then started turbocharging their V8 engines. This is the first mid-mounted V12. Classic Lamborghini recipe here.
There as well. I just saw it flicking on the screen. A couple of times. Just blipped a couple of times.
If you think that car looks special, it is indeed. 690 horsepower right in the middle of the car.
Right.
Now, this car always leaves me speechless because just look at how pretty it is.
Yeah, so I wonder if we should just use that
It is just one
as
of the
a
prettiest
long shot,
cars
either looking at this car
in
way
recent
where it is.
history. It's such a delicate design, full of beautiful details. It looks even better when it's
At least while I'm whipping around to try and find it, you could be on a close-up.
Such an elegant car, so poised, so
The
beautiful.
only time it doesn't work
And
is
then
when
we
all
go
the
from
cars go down the red line,
elegance
it'll come back up.
to the Asbo.
Pictures there,
As
doesn't
you
it?
can hear sort of like, what's the sound of, I don't know, like a jet engine or something coming from under the back. That's because it's a V8 with 2 turbos and 9
At one point you were talking about putting it on the roof, weren't you? Waterproof housing.
So loud that he's changed the weather forecast. That's how big a burnout he's done. Clouds have gone across Beaulieu. And the BBC have been reporting fog from him.
I mean, even if it
I'm
went
not
about
joking.
a metre to its, half a metre to its...
So a twin turbocharged V8 Mustang is what we've just seen there. Hopefully on our way back we might get a little bit of entertainment from him on the way back. But first we need to bring up all of our other cars. Now this is our final batch for our morning run, but don't worry, we've got 2 more demo runs coming up for you, ladies and gents. We've also got an interview over in the main arena with Brookspeed, and at 4 o'clock we've got our sound off.
Is that zoom in or is it a plan? But the thing is, for instance now, it's just a blank
I love a front-mounted V12 Ferrari. There's just something about them.
No, I don't know either.
Hear that howl all the way at the top of the STO. Huge exhaust sticking out, probably only inches away from the engine itself. Now we've got the McLaren.
See, that as an off shot would be quite nice, wouldn't it? But half the time, it's not a shot.
So efficient in getting its performance down, much in the same way the Porsches are as well. Don't forget that 3.8 litre twin turbo V8 in the middle of that car has found its way into so many other McLarens over the years as well. I've seen on the entry list there is a long tail due to appear this weekend. Looking out for that. It's the old Lamborghini iconic recipe, isn't it? That huge V12 right in the middle of the car. Naturally aspirated as well. We've only got a few years left of cars like that. I dare say probably one of the prettiest, one of the most elegant supercars we've got here with us, this Aston Martin. A little bit of a whistle there from the turn. It's got an AMG sourced V8 up the front of it. And we're keeping to turbocharged V8 with this. It very much is the ASBO here this weekend. 900 horsepower in our Mustang.
It's too high and close to the tree. It could be the tree that's tripping it out.
Now, is he going to behave himself?
Something, I'll just have it on screen a second.
Just a minute ago, they always cripple and go. That was ferociously fast. Say 3.1 seconds to 60. I reckon it can get there quicker than that. Next up then we have our M600, that 4.4 litre V8 in the middle of the car. It's a Yamaha built Volvo engine. You can get your head around that. Now that car is being driven by the sub-driver of Fast and Furious 9. He actually drove that car in the film, fell in love with it and bought it. Then we move on. to our TVR. I think this is the first time we've had a straight 6 here with us.
Right.
No driver aid, all that stuff that keeps you safe in modern cars, ABS, etc. Forget it, they don't have it. Next move from Britain to Italy with our 430. Now most of these cars get tucked away in the garage and looked after. This one is looked after, but it's not tucked away in the garage. 60,000 miles on this 19-year-old Ferrari. He does indeed use it. Let's see him use it now. Bark as we change through the gears. 430, then struck into legs. Next one to Germany. German approach to the Supercar, the R8. This one with the V10 engine. We like that in 610 howling horsepower coming from the back of that car, 5.2 litre V10 right in the middle of it. 0-60, 3.3 seconds. Now, coming up in our next batch, we have got a real American cop car. From Boston, imported from the States. It's as real as it gets, and that's coming to join us in the next batch. But first, we need to bring batch 1 back up the track. So have your cameras ready, and don't forget, when you share your photos and videos, use the hashtag Beaulieu Supercar Weekend for your chance to win tickets to the 2025 show. Next up then, our Porsche. Hard on the brakes. Porsche's philosophy should be able to stop twice as quick as it accelerates. That nose pointing towards the sky and hard on the brakes. Next up then is our Noble M600. How much power you have. The flag drops for our next car coming up the hill. And this is our first straight 6 engine car. All the power going through to those rear wheels, just a little bit of a hell from them as we set up to the top.
I mean, the other thing is to try and, run the longest.
Our next car is our F430.
Really?
Coming nicely to a stop in the centre. Here we go. Let's hear that V8 hell. Our driver really confused this car. 60,000 miles on the clock. One of the highest mile F430s in the country. Still sounding and looking great, even though it's 19, that's right, 19 years old. Next up then, we have our V10 Audi. Very German approach to the Supercar there for Audi, apart from when you open the top you get that beautiful handle for it. Now then, let's move from mid-engine V10 to front-engine V8. And this this, our California classic combination, cream leather over red, driver and passenger poised to go. Right, so one of the options you could have on the California was the same paint as the 2007 Ferrari F1 car. The cost to upgrade it to that slightly different shade of red, £20,000. Next, our Lotus. Hear the help on that central mountain. Get plenty of traction down the course. Lotus's road simplify and add lightness. Now then, the DBS. One of the prettiest cars here. Even when it's stood still, it's pretty. And then you just hear the volume increase. Well, ladies and gents, I think you're going to enjoy this one. It is a genuine American cop car, all the way from Boston. It's got that Hemi V8 up front. Well, look, it's all kitted there as well. 5.7 litre V8 restricted to 175 horsepower. Of course, Cobra started out as the ACA's quite a dainty little British sports car, but of course Mr. Cobra himself got his hands on it, such a strong great V8 in front of it, and created this. So let's regroup them, bring them all back. We've got a bit of a treat coming up for you at the end of this batch of cars. Make sure you stick around. It's a special car with a special driver. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But first we need to group our cars together and bring them back up. Now I can see we have got a classic Mustang bringing up the next batch of cars. Have a look, we've also got Lotus, McCallum, a Corvette as well.
It's a
real eclectic mix coming up for you in the next batch, but first we need to bring this batch back up to the top of the hill. Looking down to the bottom of the hill there, just a small pause while we remind our drivers that they do indeed need to stop in the centre of our track there. The reason for that is there is a building at the bottom from 1200 AD. Stood there for many, many years, and we quite like it still stood there at the end of today.
Yeah.
Hence why we stop our cars in the centre. It also means that you get a second look at all of the cars coming back up. You get a second view of them starting off.
It's fine, the terror deck is fine, but some...
So back down at the bottom of the track, I can see our California is lined up, ready to go.
Is okay.
V8 mounted in the front of this car.
That is the issue. But it's different to the one I had the first year, we had to move the transmitter over. And last year we had a couple of breakups, but you know, it was fine.
As I was saying earlier, many moons ago when I worked in the Ferrari press office, we actually had one of these on our press fleet. That did have very special painting. It was the same paint that was used on the 2007 Ferrari Formula 1 car. And to have that slightly different shade of red was £20,000. to Ferrari ownership. They are outstanding value at the moment. Next up is our Lotus mid-mounted rear drive end. Flying through the gears. Very simple styling, very simple car. Nice and lightweight, fantastic on the track, fantastic on the road. Look at the harshness of the brakes there. Nose pretty much digging up our tarmac. Very much the other end of the spectrum there, the Aston Martin. To be in one of the Sporting Bears cars this afternoon for our final run of the day. Now then, I can see our co-driver has been told off. So rather than bringing him back up, we're going to send our Mustang down. Just take the from that V8. This was in the Sound Off a few years ago as well. It did very well in the Sound Off. Let's see how it gets on here. Lovely purple from that V8. Keeping to the V8. 4.7 litre V8 in front of this, 430 horsepower, but you just listen to it bark. Aston Martin still looks absolutely stunning. All these now move back a generation, shall we say, for our Corvette. It's 5.7 litre V8. That's about 350 horsepower, which doesn't sound much, but back in the day. Very subtle exhaust note coming from that. Next up then is our Lotus. 3.5 litre V6 in this. 410 horsepower, 3.3 seconds to 60. The weight makes and that power makes as well. Next up then we have our McLaren 3.8 litre V8 in this, 2 turbos in the middle of it. It's actually one of the McCallum press cars from single option on it, new, over £300,000. Just looking then to give you a sneak peek of what's coming up next, I can see that we have got our Porsche, we've got a Jaguar, Mustang is joining us too. I do believe there's a sneaky Ferrari at the back of the line as well. We've got 2 or 3 more matches for you to come in this demo run, ladies and gents. There's still plenty more for you to see here on the demonstration run. I can see our classic Mustang is getting ready to line up. The flag drops, the nose is in the air, away we go. Celebrating a big birthday this year, 60, that's right, 60 years on the Mustang. What we heard in the Sound Off last year as well. If you want to hear what that sounded like, head over to YouTube. You can see that video online later tonight. Highlights already on there from previous years. Similar size V8 in front of this, of course, far more modern in the front of the Aston. To the sound of the Vantage, the later Vantage that we had join us earlier today with that titanium exhaust. That sounded glorious. Now looking down, I do believe our next one coming up is our Corvette. And lots of different approaches to the supercar. You can have huge power. Low weight is potentially less power. Of course, the options that you want to get is the maximum power to weight out of there. The Corvette there from the 90s, a very respectable 350 brake. This next car, despite having a smaller engine, and weighing significantly less, much smaller car, and finally then we should have our McLaren join us. This is one of the ex-press fleet cars. So if you bought many a car magazine or watched many a car program, see that, and they can see it in the flesh and pretty much every option on it as well. So that's the end of that batch, so let's welcome our next batch. Together, let's warm up, ladies and gentlemen. Ask you to put your hands together for our next batch of cars. Now this is going to be something very special. Not just any 911, it is GTS. Got no doubt, grip and go. 3 litre, flat 6 with 2 turbo, 1 of traction. Now let's move the engine from the back to the front. Let's add 2 more cylinders. And rather than turbos, let's have our supercharger. A 5 litre V8 up front, 542 horsepower, going to those rear wheels. Sounds absolutely gorgeous. Believe it or not, F-Type recently taken it off production. Only feels like 5 minutes ago that it came into production. Our Mustang. I can see he's already got those rear wheels turning. He's ready to go. 5 litre go to V8. Go. Now before that hours and we'll wait until you see this. We had the TBR earlier. This has got pretty much the same engine, that 4 litre straight six, 380 horsepower of this. Been quite cautious with it, but I don't blame him because there are no driver aids on that car. And now we come to the 488 Pista. V8, little car, now with turbochargers, in fact. Very similar recipe to the iconic M4 to that. 720 horsepower, 2.7 seconds. So it's all the 458 Speciale earlier, that was very much in the same lineage of those cars.
Yeah, they do. Soon.
So we've got 2 more batches for you, ladies and gents. We've got 4 in the next batch, and then we have a special guest joining us for our final run down of our second run, second demo run here at the Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. We're grouping that batch together. We need to bring them back up first. I can see our GTS Porsche is pretty much lined up, ready to go.
I think these are just fine. Right. Well, yeah, that's right. That's
GTS uses pretty much the same base 3 litre twin turbocharged flat 6 from the Carrera S.
Did you look at
So good in green. I don't think that's a bad colour for a Porsche, but I have to say some of the more bold striking colours really do suit them. Next up then, our V8. Pretty sure when Jaguar were designing the exhaust on that car, they just had spit faults. We want our car to sound like that. We want everyone to know it's arrived, and my lord, hasn't it just. Next up then, we keep the 2 that front-mounted V8 format, but rather than the Brits, we go to the Americans with our Mustang. It's squirreled all the way down the track. Let's see how well it gets on. Stripes on the GT badge as it heads back to our holding area. Next then is our TBR with that straight 6 engine. Just listen to the difference in the engine note. Favourite layouts of BMWs as well with that straight 6 motor. And finally we have our Ferrari, the 488 Pista. Ferociously quick car this, 2.7 seconds to 60.
That's the last one coming up, so...
Place your front hard down with that car and you will unleash 720 horsepower. Keep it planted, you'll go 211 before you run out of power. Next up, there is the list. So GT4RS. 4 litre, flat 6, naturally aspirated in the back of this. And it revs all the way to 9,000 RPM. Here, so quickly, you can see how fast they decelerate as well. much orientated towards the track, as is our next car. Litre supercharged V6, but in the middle of this car, just over 400 horsepower, 4.2 seconds to 60. Six cylinders do like to help. V8, and I know for a fact, yep, Mustang. This one a Mach 1 with 480 brake horsepower. And next up, slightly smaller this one, 1.7 litre inline 4 turbo. But we've had this mapped up to 289 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. We'll be nudging 160 miles an hour. Now, Mach 1 though, what's he doing down there? He's having a bit of fun, he's just warming himself up. See what he's going to get up to on the way back, shall we, in the Mach 1? On the overrun there from that 1.7 litre 4-cylinder. Little baby pocket rocket, that, isn't it? And so we need to regroup our cars to bring them back, because we've got another car coming here with us with a bit of a special guest. I'll tell you about him in just a minute. But first, let's bring our cars back up. We're going to start with that GT4 RS, a 4-litre flat 6, no turbochargers, no superchargers, 495 brake horsepower, and it will rev all the way to 9,000 RPM. Look at the pace of the car really did try leaving it. They've all got reverse gear, that's fine, put it back there. There's not much of an offer up there, hard on the brakes. Tony Porsche, who really do work. Great on the road, even better on the track. Next up then is our Lotus, that mid-mounted 6-cylinder engine. Let's listen to the helm. Nicely to a stop there. Such a subtle design in the Lotus there, really are stepping the game up. Next up then is our Mach 1 Mustang, that 5-litre Coated V8 up front. Sending all the power to the rear wheels, and he's come to a stop. Let's see what he's going to do now. Checking our driver. Seems to be okay. Checking something inside the car. If he's doing what I think he's doing, in a minute, you guys over on the left-hand side of our track are about to disappear. It's building, the anticipation builds. That's what we like to see. A bit of tyre smoke, the smell of burning rubber. Excellent. Yes, Beaulieu Supercar is definitely well underway when that smells in the air. Next up, we have our baby Alpha, our 4C, 4-pot engine with a turbocharger, less than half the size of the engine at the top. We've got one final car for you, ladies and gents. Slated Cobra with a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a big huge welcome to the Steak. I was going to try and do an interview with him, but yeah. The Cobra's keeping stinging awake today. Absolutely glorious. Would you like to see that again, ladies and gents? I think a few of you would. Right, let's get him regrouped. Let's bring him back up. Let's see if we can leave a few more 11s down the middle of our track. Ooh, that smell. It's lovely, that is. Down to the roundabout, turning himself around. I mean, what a fantastic combination. You've got a weekend with loads of supercars, the Stig and an AC Cobra. What more could you possibly need? Who said a burger? I agree with you, actually, that wouldn't be bad. But here we go, right, let's see what the Stig can do in the Cobra. Absolutely lovely. Now, we won't get much out of the Stig, but ladies and gents, let's take him on. Come on, let's give him
Martin from Brookspeed. Hello Martin. Good afternoon Tim. How are everybody? I'm very well. Yes, absolutely amazing. People. It's great. It's unbelievable. It's just alive, isn't it? It is. Yeah. Now you've got a fantastic display over there on Brookspeed. So let's start, shall we, by talking about Brookspeed. Who are Brookspeed? What do you do? Well, we started as a motor racing team many years ago, which I could go through. How to start with motor racing, but now we've got a garage in Chelmsford that does Porsche performance, and we have a garage in Sydney that does Audi and VW, and that all came about because motor racing is difficult with finances, and you need a business underneath it that supports it all, so we can do that as a successful business and then go and do our motor racing and get involved with young people racing as well.
That was the formula that Ferrari used. It's old road cars, so you've got racing. We've got an amazing display over there behind us. Talk us through what we've got over there.
Well, we've got the scenery together, which is most important. So we need to build trains. What we're trying to do is do road to race, which is we've got the McCallum here and the road version. We've got Cayman with the road version, and it's sort of, and then over and above that, we've got 5 of the Mon cars here that are extra special.
Wow.
Yeah, there's Sterling Moss's Chevron from 1968. I'm trying to remember now all the dates, but the one that I relate to the most is the Corvette.
Yeah.
Because we were sort of doing Le Mans and things like that at that time. Yeah. So. Other than that, people just need to come over and have a look.
Yeah, so I mean, it's amazing that you can get that close to these kind of cars. But when you actually do, I mean, there's no other way of saying it. The race cars can do it rough around the edges, but then that's motor racing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've been to places like raced in America and come back with a car in boxes, you know, because somebody, David Brabham, you know, some of the famous, David Brabham was a Le Mans winner, and he pushed us off the track, which he still laughs about today, in Road Atlanta, and came back with the car in absolute pieces.
I wish I'd known about that, because he's driven me around in Colin McRae's Subaru, so if I'd known that, I'd have used it as we were going around the track.
He survived it, our car didn't. Yeah, no, it's good.
Behind us here, this beautiful McCallum. And from afar, it does look beautiful. As soon as you get a bit closer, you can see a little bit few more of the rough edges. But like I say, that is motorsport. Tell us what you have to do to take this from a road car to take it motor racing.
Well, this one is actually made by McLaren as a race car.
Yep.
But really, you know, if you've got a car that you want to go and start racing with, like something like a Fiesta or whatever, you start by the safety, roll cage, fire extinguisher, things like that. Which we can advise people on, and brakes. I always say to everybody, if you're going to go racing, start with the brakes.
Yes,
because other than that, if you've got too much power and no brakes, it gets a bit nasty.
Absolutely. Well, I heard that Porsche's philosophy is the car should be able to stop twice as fast as it can accelerate.
Yeah, which they do. Yeah, they're good.
We've seen that on the demonstration straight behind us. Now, demo straight. Have you had a favourite out on there yet?
When I was looking, the Ultima at the beginning was amazing, wasn't it?
That was so loud. I don't think it got. I think those pipes out the back were just for show.
Yeah,
It was so loud. Yeah. But on track, there are sound limits.
Oh yeah, especially now. You know, they have microphones around the circuits, most of the circuits now. So we struggle with exhaust sticking out the back. Actually, I haven't had a look whether we've got the extra exhaust on these. You have to put silencers on there, especially if you're doing track days. Yeah. A lot of people are doing track days with like a 911 RS or something like that. Struggle to get it down to the sounds that they want.
And is that something that Brookspeed could help with? Say someone does want to take their car on track and they've got those issues with yours?
Yeah, we can buy stuff in, or we've got people that make specialist exhausts that they twist round about twice than they normally would do, and they cut the sound down. Yeah.
And it's more than just cutting the sound, because you don't want it to be too detrimental to the performance of the car.
No, that's the problem. You can strangle it. Yeah. So you're fighting all the time against sound. That's mainly for track days. Most of the racing is you can go hell for leather and just have as much noise as you can.
Absolutely.
Now, we've got a model here. I'm going to give it to you. I don't want to drop it, you see. But you're involved in this, and I saw the real one of this at the Classic Motor Show last year, and it's huge. It's absolutely ginormous. Tell us what this is and how you're involved.
Well, this is the land speed record holder at Sunbeam. That was the first car to do 200 miles an hour, and Henry Seagrave took it to Daytona Beach because there was nowhere big enough. They used to do Pendine and Southport, but the beaches aren't long enough. It needed 11 miles to do the measured mile. And the reason for that is it's 4 tonnes and it's 23 and a half feet long, which is 7 metres. And it had two 22.4 litre engines, V12 engines, aircraft engines. So I was here one evening when there was a watch launch, and I was stood next to this thing in the museum, and I overheard somebody say that wouldn't it be lovely to take it back to Daytona? And I very silly said to them, I've raced at Daytona and raised the funds to do it. And they said, well, let's do it then. So we are doing it, and it's in the museum at the moment. It's all been stripped down, the body's to one side, that's still on show, the chassis is there. And we want to take it back to Daytona in March the 29th, 2027. So that's exactly 100 years, almost to the day.
Wow.
And it did 200 miles an hour on the beach before, but it'll only probably do about 80 if I show you a picture of the two, how the beach used to be. there's hotels everywhere.
Wow.
Now, and there's a turtle sanctuary, so we can only do about 80 miles an hour.
Oh, I would love to be there for
Yeah.
that. I would love to see that. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
How far into restoration are you? What are you currently working on?
Well, there's two parts to it. There's the chassis and all the running gear, and then separately there's the engines. The engines are going to be worked on this year coming, because we've got 3 years in it. The chassis has been soda blasted, and we found writing within the chassis. So from 1926, when it was built, and we've clear coated the chassis, so you can still see all of those things. So all of the chassis has been done, that's clear coated, painted by a local company, Page Automotive, and now it's, instead of taking bits off, we're now positively starting to put bits back on it. So if anybody wants to go and see it, it's in the museum, right in the middle, and it looks like a bare bone chassis at the moment, but that's what it was that did 207 miles an hour.
Well, once it's all back together, you won't have that opportunity again. So a real opportunity to go and see that. So, you know, entry to the show today does indeed get you into the museum, and it's an amazing museum. A truly amazing museum.
Yesterday I got to sit, I'd love to say I drove Malcolm Campbell's 1925 land speed record car. It's blue and silver in there. It was the first Bluebird. So I got to sit in it, but there was a tow rope on the front and I was being towed, but nevertheless it still felt absolutely incredible being in it. But so we're going to work away at this, and I'd love it to be that at the end of 25, that the Supercar show would be the first start-up of the Sunbeam 1,000 horsepower.
Well, you've said it now. That's it. Everyone heard you. Everyone has seen it. That's it. You've set the marker now. So we look forward to that next year. What I've noticed since both of us are here talking about cars, and people are sat watching and listening to this, and we just sat here smiling and giggling. And I think that's really important, because we do need to get next generation into cars and into motorsport.
I started in motorsport as a young lad, going along, Marmite sandwiches and a flask of tomato soup, going along, polishing cars, making tea, whatever. Ended up working for Harrods McCallum, and that's what inspired me to start my own team. And we've been all over the world.
It's a fantastic life, isn't it?
It is. It can be tough. It's what do they say? It's something like 99% disappointment, 1%. Excellent. And it's that 1% that keeps you going all the time. It's what happens. It's what happens next.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk now to an up-and-coming racing driver. Right, I'm going to try and swap places here with James. So we're going to move around. Hello, young man. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
So you've got a smile on your face. See, motorsport and cars are good. For everyone watching this now, quickly introduce yourself. I want to know your name and your age.
I'm Oscar Sutton, 13 years old.
You're 13 years old.
Wow.
See, most 13-year-old boys, usually you've got Asbo's, haven't you, and being naughty and so forth, because you start going through puberty and all things start going on and you get all excited about bits and bobs. But you race this.
I do. Thanks to Aidan Park and PRP Racing, I'm able to get out in the car often.
And that keeps you out of trouble, which is what I like to see. So, what's it like, this?
It's very quick, it's very light, it weighs only 90 kilos and it can get up to about 70 miles an hour.
Now, to give you an idea of 90 kilos, do you know how much you weigh?
I weigh 45 kilos, so in the car it's about 145 kilos altogether.
So, this car basically weighs twice of you. It is so light. You've got engine here and rear drive, and there's not much else to it.
There it is, it's just an airframe car really.
And this here, this is a fuel tank, isn't it?
Yes.
You're literally sat, and you've got the fuel filter just there. So you can see here, you've got your fuel filter literally inches from your hands as you're racing around. But what's it like when you're sat in there racing?
It can be quite bumpy, but it's really quick and it gives you a thrill that you can't get anywhere else.
What do all your mates make of it?
Some of them, like, I think get a bit jealous, but others, like, understand that it is cool and it's something that I'm chasing my dream with it.
Yeah? And what is the dream? What do you want to ultimately do?
The dream would ultimately be, obviously, Formula 1, but if I could do something like Le Mans or GT World Challenge or something, I'd absolutely love that. I think it reached how I've always dreamed to be as a child.
Well, you heard Martin say that motorsport is 99% disappointment, 1% enjoyment. Is it true?
It is very true. Unfortunately, it is true, but that's one of the things with motorsport. You have to learn to deal with the downs, and when the ups come, you have to properly take them. You have to realise that not always it goes your way, but you always tried your best. And if you know you've tried your best, then you can't be upset.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I was talking to your dad earlier. What did you, obviously from private property, so we're allowed to do this, what did you reverse in this morning?
Well, from the gates of Beaulieu, I managed to drive the GT3 in, so yeah, that was quite fun.
You managed to drive the GT3 in.
I did, but my dad's started driving cars since 7, so...
Very good. That's what we like to see. Well, it's fantastic to see you. It's fantastic to see your car. Do you race in the series? It's a lot of championship series through the year.
Obviously, the dream would be to do something like British Car Championships, but we're just pushing club rounds at the moment. Lots of testing and preparing for junior road tax next year.
Well, I think for everyone here, we have got our fingers crossed for you, and hopefully you'll come back and see me next year to give me an update how you do.
Thank you, I definitely will. And I'd like to say thank you to Brookspeed and our sponsors for making this possible.
Very good. Thank you very much, young man. That's superb. So you are, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen how you can get into motorsport. Absolutely. He speaks like an absolute pro, that young man.
The grip ran out very soon after my skill did. mask, haven't we? drive it on. And he back up there. I think this is the last one coming up, Martin, so you can leave this on at the end. Yeah, no, I can hear him in the arena.
to this. It is AMG.
Hi Squeaky. At the end of each run, I'll let you know if it's the last car and you can leave it on me, not leave it on the apple. Lovely. This is the last one, so I think you can leave it on me at the end. We'll wait for the next lot to appear. Basically, I don't know why.
Miles an hour before you run out of quickness.
It just literally has come on now.
The V8 Ferraris. This one also a V8, slightly larger at 3.9 litres, but with 2 turbos.
Lovely.
I told you earlier when I worked at the Ferrari press office, we had one of those on the press street. Somebody there accidentally ticked the option for the F2007 Ferrari paint. It's the same paint that was used on the 2007 F1 car.
£20,000 just for the paint. Next up we go to Aston Martin for the DB9.
From that front-mounted V12. Great to have it here with us today.
Next we have our catering.
And those of you who are a little bit older may recognise the tone of that engine. It is a 1.8 litre K-series unit in front of that. You would have found in Rovers back in the day. But just 490 kilograms means this is no slouch.
This one, TVR with the 4.2 litre V8.
Nicely, according to a stop under pressure.
That's the last of them.
So there's absolutely no driver aids in that. So many cars say, in fact, pretty much all modern cars will keep you out of trouble as best as they possibly can. That would pretty much keep you in trouble the entire duration. If you're not awake, it will certainly wake you up. No driver aids whatsoever. If you're too heavy on the brakes, those front wheels are locking
there,
up.
or was it not there?
Now I'm looking
Oh, there's occasional one there.
at our next batch to give you a little idea of what's coming up. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, AMG. They're all coming up for you. But first, we need to bring these back up to our paddock area at the top of our demo straight. We started with the 360. We've got to stop on track just for a moment while we make sure it's clear. And the flag is waved at 360. Making his way back up and coming to a perfect stop there in the centre.
Always tower. That hell
What was it then?
sounding absolutely beautiful. Sounds
Even better, I think, than when it first arrived.
Accidentally.
Still keeping with Ferrari though, but a bit of a different formula. Still a V8, but rather than in the centre. Now represents one of the best value Ferraris out there. The California, certainly a fantastic way into Ferrari ownership and still a sublime car to drive. Our DB9 joining us on the straight now, 20 years ago.
And that design is still holding up strong. A very, very pretty car. I'd say 20 years ago,
It was jaw-droppingly beautiful. Moving then from the power and torque of the V12 down to something very lightweight indeed. To give you an idea of how light this car is, it's probably about a just 495 kilograms, that car. 495 kilograms, half a ton. And judging by the facial expression of the passenger there, with his eyes bright and wide open, he certainly knows what speed feels like now. Next then, we keep with Britain and we go to the TBR. a small obstruction at the top of the hill here. That's why we've stopped the car from entering into the hill. That's all been dealt with. The flag drops and away we go. So you saw TVRs earlier, they were running straight 6 engines. Straight, even with those rear tyres fully lit up, absolutely superb. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you down our main straight, can I ask you please to put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to the next batch of our cars. Put your hands together for us, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so we said it was the last car. Everyone applauded so that he could come and join us and get... Oh, she's got the wrong flag. She'll try again. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our final match. You weren't listening. You will be tomorrow, just you wait. Right then. We saw this car earlier put in a fantastic performance for us earlier. Let's see if he can improve on that previous run. The Speciale takes that 600 horsepower, makes it as fast as the F12 Berlinetta around the Fiano test track. Our Lamborghini joining us as well. V10 right in the middle of this car. Oh, and don't you just know it? Next, we have our Porsche. So to confirm with the driver exactly what he needs to do. That driver getting his eye in.
Does it sound to you about changing channel on it?
He's swore off.
When you went through the bump for?
We've got driver, passenger, and 2 in the back as well. The flag waves and away we go. He's hard on the brakes, but he has misjudged there. I could tell by the time he hit that 3rd gear that he was going to overrun that. Now then, our Esprit S4S. This has a relatively small 2.2 litre inline 4. Turbocharged takes it up to 305 horsepower and 0-60 at 4.7 seconds. You don't see many of these about, ladies and gents, so it's a real treat to have this with us. Lovely to hear the turbo there as well. You saw as it spooled itself up. And finally, our Mercedes. Ended absolutely glorious. That, ladies and gents, is theatre on wheels. Superb. Right then, let's regroup them. Let's bring them back up for one final run here today. Coming up next, ladies and gents, we're heading into the main arena for 4 p.m. It's our Supercar Sound Off. We're going to find out just how loud some of these cars are. And then we're going to find out who you think sounds best. Whoever you cheer loudest for will win the Supercar Sound Off trophy this afternoon. That's coming up at 4 p.m. But first, we need to bring our cars back together. I can see our Speciale just lining itself up now, ready to bring our final batch up to the top of the hill. Don't forget, ladies and gents, when you share your photos and videos on social, to please use the hashtag Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. Now let's listen to a natural aspiration. Pretty much everything after that went turbocharged, getting that bit more power out, a bit more efficiency. But there is something rather special about natural aspiration, just like this. There is no mistaking the V10 hell from a Lamborghini. Absolutely stunning as well with that bright white paintwork over the black. Our Lotus joining us probably with one of the smallest engines here, that 4.2 litre, sorry 2.2 litre with the turbo. Very rare to see one of those out, but even rarer to see it being used in demonstration run. If you like the sound of turbos, have a listen to this. You can hear these spool, but with that fabulous noise of a barking V8. This time we managed to stop it absolutely dead centre.
Let's first find out a little bit about our cars and have a quick listen to them. So we're going to start with you, and you have got a bit of a disadvantage. You've played with this, shall we say. What did you say to me? It's about 690-ish horsepower, somewhere around there?
Very roughly, yeah.
So you played with it, but when it's static, it's got a limiter on it. So what did it go to? About $3.5 grand?
About 5.
About 5, okay.
It spits flames when you roll it.
It spits flames when you roll it, but if you roll, you see all these people here, they won't be smiling anymore, yeah? They'll be a bit cross. Right, let's have a quick listen to you. Alright, very good. We'll find out how loud you are in a minute. Next up, we're going from 6 cylinders, let's go up to 12 cylinders. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
I caught you out there, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Check.
Now, have you done sound off before?
Never.
Oh, you're not in for a treat. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a listen to you. We're going to find out who's loudest first, and then we're going to find out which one sounds best. Now, no pressure. A Lamborghini has won previously. Let's have a little listen to you. Give her a little bit. Let's have a little listen. Alrighty. So that's our V12 Lamborghini. Now, this one, if you remember it from the demo runs this morning, this one has got a one-off titanium exhaust. Are you okay in there? Was the Aston Martin not loud enough?
I can't hear it inside, to be honest.
I can't hear anything either. But let's hear you go. Let's have a little blip. Very, very nice. Now, oh, it's the classic Ferrari! So, V8 in the middle, where it should be, and it absolutely screams. How long have you had this?
2 years.
2 years. Ever done anything like this with it?
No.
Good. Let's have a little listen. Oh, excellent. Excellent. So we're going to find out how loud all of our cars are first. Having a little listen to them first. Now, hello.
Hello.
How did you sneak in here?
Lucky.
Yes, yes indeed.
One of the
So,
Masters.
Coyote V8 5 litre up front. Let's have a listen to it out the back. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now, hello. How are you?
Good, mate. So,
Ever done anything like this?
last year.
Good. And how did you get on last year? Third or fourth? Well, we've got fingers crossed for you. Let's have a little listen to it. Oh, you could be loudest, but we've got this. That was quite loud. I reckon you might be a little bit louder, but we'll find out. Have you done this before?
A few years ago in a Jag.
And what were you in?
Jag XKRS.
I think I remember that. It sounded fruity.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen to this. Oh yes, excellent. Right then, ladies and gents. First, we're going to find out which one is loudest. And for this, I have a victim by the name of Nate. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nate. Now, a couple of weekends ago, me and you, we did a sound off at Simply Japanese. And the loudest vehicle there was a bike, and it hit 129 decibels. Has your ears recovered?
Yeah, they're fine.
Well, I won't be in a minute. If you would like to take up your position, it's going to be the same distance from each vehicle. And we're going to find out how loud each one is. Now, you're at a bit of a disadvantage. We've got your fingers crossed. Give it your best shot. Alrighty, like we say, if it's not moving, it has got the limiter on there. Okay, so starting things off, even though you are limited, you reached 111.3. Ladies and gents, put your hands together. Our first is 111.3. Nate's crying. I think he's actually got tears behind those sunglasses. Dry them up for me, will you? Give it a rev. It sounded lovely. Oh no! Oh no! Nate pushed the wrong button. He didn't get it. Can you do it again? He didn't! He did. Let's hear you. Alrighty. Nate pushed the wrong button, so he didn't get a reading. Wow. According to the decibelometer, it reached 104 decibels. I don't know, ladies and gents, apparently the GTR was louder. Well, we're going to find out. Titanium exhaust, V8, take it away. Oh, crackle as well. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for the Aston. Okay, so at the moment we're on 111.3 for GTR. 113.8. You're currently leading. It's all to play for. Right then, Ferrari. Fingers crossed. Let's hear you. Alright, you gave it a good shot straight in there. Let's see what it is. Okay, so he needed to beat 113.8. You ready? 113.8 to beat. 4.3. Just pipped him. Just pipped him. Right, so our Ferrari is loudest so far. Oh dear. Just do it. Okay then, let's see. Okay, so we had 114.3, yeah? 115.8. Well done to you, 115.8. Now then. They're getting louder. Each one's been louder. Don't let us down. Let's hear you. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Let's find out. Okay, so the Mustang was 115.8. You 115.3. Slightly lower, slightly lower. So it's all down to you. It's all down to you, sir. The Mustang is the one to beat. Okay, right. Let's find out. So it was 115.8 feet. 4.2. So the Mustang is loudest. Ladies and gents, put your hands together. Mustang is loudest. Calm it down, you lot. Calm down. Shh. It's like trying to herd cats with these, isn't it? It's impossible. Right. What we're going to do now is we're going to find out who our winner is by finding out which one you think is the winner. So, one by one, I'm going to point at you. You get one final rev. Give it your best shot, okay? And then we'll find out who's loudest. GTR first. Give us a rev. Alright, Lamborghini. You Lambo, let's hear you. Let's hear you. Okay. Aston, let's hear you. Okay. Ferrari, let's hear you. Mustang, let's hear you. TVR, let's hear you. And Lamborghini. Okay. Drivers. Stop it. Right. Drivers. No more revving. It's all down to you now, ladies and gents. Nate, come on over. Nate is going to stand in the middle. As I go along the line, you, ladies and gents, are going to decide who wins by cheering loudest. Nate, go and take up your position in the middle for me, please. If you think the GTR sounded best, cheer for me now. Alright, a ripple. If you think the Lamborghini sounded best, cheer for me now. Alright. If you think the Aston sounded best, cheer for me now. Alright, drivers, no revving. If you think the Ferrari sounded best, cheer for me now. Ooh, okay. That surprised me. I've got an inkling. If you think the Mustang sounded best, cheer for me now. Okay. If you think the TVR sounded best, cheer for me now. Okay, and finally, give me your keys. Right. If you think the Lambo sounded best, cheer for me now. You are being a very, very naughty boy. Stop it. Right, between three of them. Okay, we'll do four. The Lamborghini. No, sorry, not the Lamborghini. The Aston Martin, the Mustang, the TVR, and the other Lamborghini. This is it, ladies and gents. Final cheer. If you think the Aston with the titanium exhaust sounds best, cheer now. Okay. If you think the Mustang sounds best, cheer now. Okay. If you think the TVR sounds best, cheer now. Okay. And finally, the Lamborghini, if you think it sounds best, cheer. I will disqualify you. I will disqualify you. Right. Lamborghini, no revving. Lamborghini, if you think it sounds best, cheer for me now. Right. Okay. Don't you start. Don't you start. Right. Children, they are. It's between two. There is two. And they are literally 0.5 of a decibel between them. It's the Lamborghini and the Mustang. In fact, I've got an idea. Come on, come with me. Come on, out the car. Come on, come on. Let all the lovely ladies and gentlemen see that you are a grown man and not a child. Come on. Come on. And where's our Mustang driver? Right, you. Come on. You too. You've been a naughty boy as well. Out you get. This is it. Okay? You're half a decibel between each other. Okay? Half a decibel is it. Ladies and gents, if you want the Mustang to win, cheer now. If you want the Lamborghini to win, cheer now. Stop it, you. No, no, no.
I can't lose against a Lamborghini again. Second last year to a Lamborghini.
You lost last year to a Lambo. Right. No revving. Stop it. Okay? Right. This is it. Last chance. You want the Mustang to win. He lost to a Lamborghini last year. Can he beat a Lambo this year? Cheer now! Alright, okay. If you want the Lamborghini to win, no revving drivers. If you want the Lamborghini to win, cheer now! Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't tell the difference stood here. Your winner, the Beaulieu Supercar Weekend 2024, the Sound Off champion of Saturday is... Sorry mate, you've lost again. It's a Lamborghini! Well done to you. You're a lucky boy. I almost disqualified you. Well done indeed. Now a big thank you to Spitfire Detailing. You've got a great prize there, and turn it towards the camera please sir. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for your Sound Off champion of Saturday, the Supercar Weekend. Now, I'm sorry.
Twice to a Lamborghini.
That's right, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Right.
And he's not coming.
No, he's not. He's not coming. Right. Ladies and gents, would you like to hear all of them together? Yeah? Go on, get in your cars, get in your cars. We're going to rev them all up together now for you, ladies and gents. Here we go. Gentlemen, ladies, on the count of 3, give us your best shot. 1, 2, 3. Thanks so much for watching this video guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, can I ask a favour? Underneath you'll find a thumbs up. If you have, nice. If you hit that, it helps get this video in front of more people just like you. If you've really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow I'm back here for Sunday Beaulieu Supercar Weekend. And once again, all the highlights will be online tomorrow night. So if you can't make it, you've got something to look forward to. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.